to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Oh, I'm excited. Thank you, Sparkle, for having me.
I'm excited to have you because you literally have everything. You offer everything that any designer in town does. I mean, what do you offer?
Well, I just thought I'd just give you a little brief history and what inspired me, and that was I came from a large family, told a lot of stories, published my first book, which was The City of Kind Words, and I autographed a copy for you.
Oh my gosh, this is so, this is so cool. I love it. Oh my gosh.
So The City of Kind Words is a story about an orphan named Daba, and Daba actually means kind words. And he's just in search of a few kind words, and so I've actually expanded it. I go to schools, and I do assemblies on kindness. I do venues, and I also been inviting cities to become cities of kind words. So I'm hoping Fresno, do you hear me? I want you to become a city of kind words.
That is
Today
really
we
cool.
have the mayor, the ex-mayor of Madera, and while she was in her reign, she announced that Madera would be a city of kind words, and she's here today as a model for me, Sally Bomprezi. So thank you, my dear.
Love
She'll
that.
be on camera in a minute. Yes.
I absolutely love that. That's a great story.
Thank you.
Really awesome.
And so obviously, words are important to me, kind words especially, because I need to practice having more kindness in my life. And so after I retired I was in construction for years with my husband, and after I retired from that, my son just said, Mom, you need to get back into your art. And so I went ahead and started this clothing line, which is online, and I found my kind word, which is benison, which means blessing. And so every single item that I create, I pray over it before I give it to a customer. And I pray number 624, which is in Numbers, and it's where God is telling Moses, tell your brother, who is a priest, to pray this blessing. And it's, may the Lord bless and keep you, may the Lord make his face shine on you, and be gracious unto you, and may the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace.
I love that.
So the clothing.
I've never even heard of anything like this.
Okay.
Blessing the clothes. That is really cool.
Thank you.
That's a great idea.
So this is for you. These are some of my products.
Oh my goodness. This is so, I love how you really have everything. Oh, this is so cozy.
Yes, so that's my athletic wear.
Well, you know, I'm always in the gym, so I need some athletic wear, and this is so comfortable.
And some biker shorts.
This is so, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So what materials do you use?
Okay, so we try to use everything that's sustainable. I researched, and I found this company that was amazing in LA, and they've worked with me. And then in all of the clothing, you receive a coin with that scripture, and then we ask that you either keep this and try to remember to be kind, or you pass it and pay it forward. And here's a beanie for you also.
This is
for your workouts.
So cool. Oh my
you.
Goodness. I love this, girl. This is really nice.
And a tote to carry all your things, and a little book bag.
This is so smart that you did all this.
Thank you.
Then totes are also online for purchase?
Yes, they are.
Yes. You know what's great about totes like these? You could give it for dual purpose as a gift, get a gift and then put a gift in there. I love these things.
That is right.
Well, there's still a few days away from Christmas, so people have time to go and get to order this. So how fast can people order their stuff?
Well, right now, I would say that there could be a 6-week delay because I also
for holidays.
But
what if they're local?
But they're local. I have it.
You have it. Okay,
yes.
Perfect. Well, that's what matters. Yeah.
Right.
And they'll come to you for if they need it for the holiday. Don't worry about that.
And so, on my adventure back into this industry, because years ago I had a little boutique, I thought I would love to have a pair of jeans that was 100% cotton, luxury denim. That was 11-ounce grade, which is a little bit thicker than the jeans that we normally get. So these are the men's jeans.
I love this. Oh my gosh.
Okay, and we incorporated "May the Lord bless and keep you" around your waist, just a reminder that God's keeping you. Okay, with the word benison, which means the blessing. We did some special things. Okay, a pocket that you can put your wallet in if you're a guy and it's not going to slip out.
That's a big pocket.
It is about, yeah, it is. A deep pocket you can actually put a watch, and then you get the coin.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You are amazing.
And then Okay, this is what is really special. These are in the ladies' jeans too, which you'll see modeled in a moment.
And I absolutely love the branding and the little
you
buttons
do?
with
Thank
the V.
you.
That is amazing.
Thank you. So we sewed the pockets inside the zipper so you have that flat front.
That's what I always hate about that. It's like I have a bulge, and I'm like,
Yes.
why is there a bulge there?
Yeah.
So that's because what? The stitching is...
It's sewed into the zipper, and the pockets are extra deep, and so you don't have the separation. And so it gives you that flat front for both the gentlemen and for the ladies. And then I'm really proud of these. This is 2 V's for Victoria Vincent, and we have our jewelry. And so it's a little bit more special. So these took a lot of traveling time, and it was like a 2-year adventure.
Is there anything you don't do? Oh my goodness.
So anyway, but with these jeans, it was really interesting because when I went to LA and I'm shopping for 100% cotton, it was very difficult to find. But it was an adventure. I learned so much. I took some master classes. And then one of my models today was like my stormtrooper that went with me to LA. Her name is Mina, and a friend and a support. And so it just so happens that she looks great in my jeans. She's here today. But we literally, this was before COVID. So what happened was, we found the denim, and we were getting ready to go into the factory, and it was the day before COVID hit. We were actually at the
oh my goodness.
in downtown
What a
LA.
story.
It was wild. Yeah, so that kind of slowed everything up, and so 2024 we're going to just regroup, and I'm going to try to do more products and make them more affordable. But at this point right now, so we have the men's and the ladies' jeans. We have the trench coats.
I want to see this.
Okay.
My eye is on.
All right. And then this is our trench coat.
Oh my goodness. So is this for guys or girls?
Okay. It could be either, but mostly for ladies. But we
Oh my goodness. You don't even know how much I love this right now.
Okay,
This
so
is beautiful.
I'm a trench coat person, but all the traveling that I did, I'd lose my belt. I would not. I'd lose my scarf. So we did the double loops. I did French seams.
No way.
Yes. So that's more slimming, and then the double loops here, so you don't lose your belt at the airport. I mean, because I don't know how many times it happened to me. And
You
then,
are so smart.
Thank you. And then we have the jewelry again. And then you know how there's always the double lapel and everything? I did away with that. I just thought, let's just keep it simple. It can go over, your sweats, throw it in the back of your car, throw it in your suitcase, town or country, you're dressed up and you're covered up. So I'm really proud of this. This denim happens to have some stretch in it, unlike the jeans. So the jeans, you have to work at that. You have to wear them a couple times, and then they are sustainable and they will last for a long time. Yeah.
Those are the tight ones. And they
Yes.
keep everything nice and tight. That's what we need in this world.
So,
Oh my goodness.
So would you like to try this on?
I would. So you have both active apparel and the everyday.
Yes.
This is, and then I know you have some other items you'll bring one day. Some fun stuff, right?
Yes, we do. And I do V-spoke, which is one of a kind things. Okay. Just see, check that out. I have deep pockets.
Wow. These buttons are so massive, and then they're the kind that don't fall off.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
You know how many times I lose buttons? I can tell these are not. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. I love this because it makes an outfit, and you can wear the fun color pants with these. Like you can wear regular jeans, you can wear
That
the fun.
was awesome. Yes.
Because this makes
Yeah.
an outfit itself if you have like a white jeans and just the fun and stuff. So I love this.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, how comfy and cozy. Okay, so online you could buy it from it. You sell it just distribute in the USA, or is
Yes. Yes.
and then you also have the menswear. So do we have anything for the menswear today or not today?
We do have one item. It's my most popular selling item. It's called Street Fleece, and it's just it feels, to quote one of my customers, like a marshmallow, and that was by a real guy. And because it's just so user-friendly for driving, for on the airplane, and it's not hot, it's not cool. It was a surprise element that I had no idea. And it has nothing to do with my creativity. It just so happened I marketed it. So
wow,
it's been my most popular.
That is so fun. So what's like the vision? Are you always going to stay online? Do you want to have a store that people can go to?
It's going to be to stay online and just to broaden everything.
Because that's the easiest way nowadays. Everyone's getting stuff online.
Yes.
But for local people,
my friends and family come directly to my home, and they're buying one of the things that's happened is that if I'm wearing my V-spoke especially, people have bought my clothes right off me. Like, oh, I could wear that to a party. I didn't think, because it's like they haven't thought of it.
So will you ever do any pop-ups? Like a pop-up booth? Because that's like where at least people can kind of go that are local.
Yes, we're looking forward to doing that in 2024. Yes.
Well, I can get you hooked up with the pop-ups because people always want to have them then with clothes, and this is great.
That would be wonderful. That would be great.
And then in the future, are you thinking of shoes, bikinis? What else is there in store?
So I want to do a purse.
Not like you don't do enough already, but.
So one of my friends that's with me today, so she's like into shoes, like major.
Your shoes are amazing. You actually push it up really quick. I don't know if anyone can see them, so there we go.
And then you see the Benison. This is my bespoke shoes, but
beautiful.
Yeah. But I'd like to do more. I really love navy blue, and I don't think there's enough navy blue clothes. So I'd love to do a navy blue purse that lights up, and you could see your keys in it, and have a plug-in.
You really think of everything.
I'd like to do luggage.
Why don't we have purses that light up? That'd be cool.
I'd like to do luggage. I just hopeful, just to expand more, and then just to spread. Because daily, I'm thinking about the people that are wearing Benison. I'm praying for them, so that's the exciting part.
And the material is really good. I mean, I like that you really go to get the best materials.
Yes. And so that I had no idea that was going to be such a challenge.
So the jewelry line, I see you're wearing one of your necklaces.
Yes.
So what do you offer in jewelry?
Okay, so right now it's just it's either the coin or this necklace, and
so it's either bracelet form or necklace form, or
right. And so it just has the 2 V's on it, and then the Benison.
Well, I like it because it's also good for men. It's also works for women or men, so I like that.
Or your pets. You could put it on your pet's collar or whatever. Yes. So. But I'm hoping to expand and be more creative.
Well, you have done a lot, so when I keep on asking about the future, don't think that I, by any means, I think you're an underachiever. I'm like, this is impressive. And so for men, it's a lot of casual wear and activewear also for men?
Yes, and so these are unisex, and we also have, I have T-shirts in different colors, and our T-shirts are like heaven. They're heirloom spun cotton. So we looked for what is the best T-shirt, and see, I thought I knew about T-shirts and I didn't know anything. I wasn't a T-shirt person myself, and then when we found this particular company, it was like, oh my gosh, like it's hard to wear another T-shirt because they're heirloom cotton. They wash like heaven.
Cool. So we're gonna get
I've had these for and like these 3 years.
And that's what I live in. I mean, I live in the gym.
And these are, I'm not as tiny as you. These are extra small, so they're the 4-way stretch. So they really
you
can't kill my clothes, really, seriously. These live.
And I would be the person to demo that because the way that I treat my gym attire, I mean, it's like I need that stuff that's really sturdy. So I'll be your living product on that.
Okay, thank you, Sparkle.
Okay, so now we have a fashion show and we're going to get to see the actual T-shirts that you're talking about?
Yes, you'll get to see it all.
Do you do tank tops as well?
Coming.
Cool. Because sometimes
we do bustiers and we do.
I can't wait to see that.
Yes,
and that's coming in the future. We'll see the bustier modeling and the male models. But for now, let's stay tuned for our fashion show.
Yes. And now we have Mina. Come on out, Mina. Show us this Victoria Vincent trench. And Sparkle, check this out. This is the French seams that I was talking to you about.
I love how the denim's the same denim between the pants. We need to get this as a set now.
Yes. And so it's so slimming, the double loops, okay, so you don't lose your belt. And then in the front here we have the jewelry, the 2 V's.
Love it.
Yes.
Very slimming.
And then deep pockets. There's deep pockets.
Well, now our cell phones are so big, we need those deep pockets.
Yes, for sure. Do you want to slip it off, Mina?
Oh, is this a T-shirt?
Yes, that's a T-shirt.
Oh my gosh. These are comfy. These are my kind of T-shirts.
Yes.
And do they come in different colors?
Yes, they do. And then this is May the Lord bless and keep you. Double loops, one for the scarf and one to hang it up. And then this is our Benison T-shirt. And these are our jeans. So these jeans are 100% cotton, no elastin at all. And they're 11 gauge, so they're a little bit thicker, so you're going to have to work. When you put them on, it's a little bit of work, isn't it, Mina?
But it makes your butt look great, so I'm down to put in the work.
Thank you so much. And now we have Sally. Sally, another Madeiran, our ex-mayor of Madeira.
Love it. You got to become mayor again, girl.
Yes.
And model these clothes.
And so today, Sally's wearing it with a little shift dress. And And let's see, we're gonna slip this off.
I like that.
So
Okay.
see, she won't lose her scarf.
Oh, this is so smart.
Yeah. 'Cause how many scarves have I lost, right?
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yes.
So this is a nice dress, but it's not yours.
No.
Just yours, Jack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Sally.
Love it. Thank you, Sally.
And now we have my fashionista friend Kim and my puppy. This is Tuxedo. He just turned one.
Tuxedo.
He's my canine companion. So Kim is wearing my V-spoke. So V-spoke is one of a kind. And you can see that Kim likes to dress one of a kind with her barrel pants,
I
her fancy
love this.
socks and shoes. I mean, every day is an event with Kim.
So what is of yours is Victoria Vincent on
this
here?
right here?
The jacket?
The jacket,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. But I love that outfit. I need the whole outfit.
See how you compare it with anything.
Oh my goodness. These are just amazing colors. You came up with all the coloring.
Yes,
I absolutely
yes,
love that.
Yes, I love texture. And so look at she did with the earrings. Yes.
Okay, well now I need the whole thing. So now I
Okay.
order that. I have to call you and see what else I can. This is amazing. You guys are so awesome.
Thank
this is
you.
so cool.
And then now we have Mina again. And then this has been a popular thing. This is, have you ever just wanted a denim tuxedo jacket? You didn't want to wear a dress to a party? You wanted to wear shorts
This
or
is
something?
so cool. This is
Yes.
so like Marie Antoinette. I love
Yes,
this.
yes. So what we've done here is we've just incorporated some denim, but this is airbrushed all the way around, so
Hey,
you
do
can
you
wear
have
it
any
with
cheetah
black.
bustiers? That'd be
Yes,
fun.
we
under-
do. Yes.
How cool would that be?
Yes,
Like cheetah
yes.
and cheetah. I love
yes,
it.
Yes. Thank you, Mina.
How exciting. And so we have a children's line. What's going on with the children's line?
Okay, so we have children's in everything. And,
Everything.
Yeah, even coveralls. We have the jackets, the T-shirts, and the sweatshirts, as well as the street fleece.
Do you have matching for the kids,
Yes,
for the mommy and
yes.
me? Oh my goodness,
Yes.
you really have that of everything.
Yes, and then here's Sally. And so this is really Sally. I designed this for her. This is a one-of-a-kind V-spoke.
We got more. I have a friend that loves cheetah. She's
Okay.
going to come to you for this.
Okay,
I
and so
swear.
she travels a lot. She's a public servant in Madeira. Anyway, hoping that she...
You're the one that made Madeira a kind town.
Yes, she
Yes,
did.
I did.
You get
Yes.
credit for that. I
City
love
of
it.
Yes.
Kind words.
So she wears this on the airplane. She wears it on trips, and yeah.
If my friend Trisha's watching right now, she is going to buy this right away.
Okay,
I love
awesome.
that you put your logo in the
Yes.
heart.
So it's one of a kind things, and you could give me a jacket, and I can incorporate it. Like Mina recently gave me a jacket, and I'm doing something special that's very Mina for her. That's personalized.
I love it.
So this is personalized for Sally. Yeah, she's all heart. So look at that. There's
Oh,
lots
heart
of
on
hearts.
cheetah.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
This is
Thank you,
amazing.
Sally.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Oh my gosh, this is a
On my
blast.
show,
Thank
you're
you.
family to me, so
Okay,
everyone,
yes.
that's more of an incentive. Go buy from this woman.
Thank
and then
you.
what is the website and what your social media? Tell our
Yes.
viewers that.
So that's Victoria Vincent brand. You can see
So
it
that
there.
on everything, Victoria
Yes.
Vincent brand, Facebook,
Yes.
Instagram, and the website.
Yes, and then I also do assemblies at schools for the City of Kind Words.
Where can we buy the book from?
And you can buy that at my website also.
Awesome. A one-stop shop. Thank you so much for coming on my show today.
Thank you, and we have one little of it that I wanted you to see. This is more of my V-spoke.
Oh my goodness, this is like some Santa baby.
Yeah, so this is Sherpa added to denim. So this is so I have cropped hoodies.
Oh my goodness.
Added the Sherpa. I also have Sherpa shorts, and this is a Sherpa little,
Okay, as far as colors, is it still in color?
yes, yes.
I mean, this is perfect for like the whole, especially I have a black Santa hat.
Oh, okay.
So this would be so awesome.
Okay, well, we'll hook you up.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. And the Victoria Vincent at the logo everywhere. Oh my goodness, just in time for Christmas. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for coming on my show today.
Thank you for having me on your show today.
This is really exciting. Okay, so when did you start writing books?
So it happened about 15 years ago when my son asked me a question that would change my life. He said, Dad, can we open up a lemonade stand? He made $50 in 3 hours selling lemonade. He said, Dad, what am I going to do with the $50? I said, I don't know. So I went to my local bookstore to try to find a book to teach my son about money, and I couldn't find one. So I decided to write one. And that is my first book. It's titled Danny Dollar, Teaches Kids About Finance and Entrepreneurship.
Oh my God, how long ago did you write this?
So so that's the first book. It came out about 13 years ago. And I've sold about 150,000 copies of that book.
Wow.
It's become a serial story in numerous newspapers. It's the foundation of a program titled Danny Dollar Academy, which is a financial literacy program run by the Federal Reserve, and it's even become a play.
That is so. You never thought?
No.
Who would think?
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
And how crazy is that there wasn't any books teaching kids about finance?
It blows my mind that there are so few, but I won't say there aren't any, but there's so few.
I know since other have come out, but you probably started the trend.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
They all copycatted off me.
Right.
As they should.
I so love this. This is amazing. Okay. And so then after that, when you're like, okay, I wrote a successful book, then what happened?
Well, then I just kind of got the writing bug and realized that, like, this is my purpose. Like, this is what I'm supposed to do.
But you weren't even a writer?
No, not at all. No, never thought about writing. Never even went to college. And so, but once
So what were you doing before this?
So I was in corporate sales. I actually, yeah. So the one thing I knew how to do was like talk and like communicate and network with people because that's what kind of sales is. So I used that background to help me solicit and showcase my books to institutions that find it of value.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So when I close my eyes.
Yeah, it's really an adorable book. I got the idea to write this book, believe it or not, from a pack of Bazooka bubblegum. One day I got a pack of Bazooka bubblegum, and it comes with a little comic strip.
Right.
And it had this joke, and the joke was, what's the one animal you don't want to play games with?
Snake?
A cheetah.
A cheetah.
You never want to play games with a cheetah.
Okay.
Because it sounds like a cheater.
Oh, there we go, the cleverness.
But that sparked the idea of the only way a child could play games with a cheetah would have to be in their imagination. And this story is about a little girl who uses her imagination to take her to faraway places.
So you all of a sudden got creative? I don't even understand. Like,
yeah, you know what? I say all the time that we all have gifts inside of us. And sometimes it's something as simple as a question from a little child that sparks and brings that, purpose out. Because I had no idea I had this gift of storytelling until I was forced to kind of write a story. And then once I did, kind of the floodgates opened.
And then how did you get an illustrator?
So that's a really fun story because I had no clue because this was my first time doing anything.
Exactly.
I had no idea how to find an illustrator. So believe it or not, I found him in church. I'm not making this up. I prayed to God asking to help me find an illustrator, and something said, ask the person next to you. So I asked an older woman next to me. She said, my son is an illustrator.
That is the most random.
And just the rest is history. Like, you can't even make that up.
So insane. Okay, so then what came second after Danny Dollar?
So Danny Dollar was first, and then this book, When I Closed My Eyes, was second. And then this book titled The Super Duper Kid, which is really like a classic good versus evil superhero story, was my third book. And out of all of my books, it's not only my favorite, but out of the hundreds of thousands of kids who have read my books, it's their favorite too. And right now, there is a Nickelodeon star who is pitching this to Nickelodeon for it to become a series.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty awesome.
So if that happens, would you be the one writing it or no? Because then that would change the nature of your writing.
No, I know my lane, and I love the lane of writing children's books, but writing scripts for series is probably a little out of my jurisdiction. But I don't know. Maybe
amazing.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
Wow, I love that. This does look really cool. This should be a movie.
I agree.
Okay, and then this one.
So that is my most recent book. It is a spinoff of my first book, Danny Dollar, and it's titled How to Make Your Own Money. And it literally teaches kids how they can, in real time right now, make their own money. Kids are very often told that they could become anything, but usually that's projecting. let's focus on what kids can do right now.
Right.
You know, whether it's opening up lemonade stands, making bracelets like the one I'm wearing now. Kids have, tutoring companies, landscaping companies. Kids are so powerful, and I don't think we give them the credit and the respect they deserve. But now I have a blueprint for them to not only learn how to make their own money, but also how to save it and spend it and dream big.
Well, I have a weird question.
Go for it. No such thing as weird questions.
Well, I don't know much about this, but what about like licensing and stuff? It's like a kid really at a lemonade stand like all the time. I mean, don't you have to, isn't it like health code and like, how do you go through all that? I don't know, because people usually here and there, it's like, oh, it's cute, we'll buy it as a kid. But if a kid really started like doing that seriously, wouldn't they have to get all that going?
Yeah, I mean, there certainly is. I like to think the novel concept just of little kids selling lemonade is just an innocent thing that somebody isn't going to call the cops on them.
You'd have to be a real piece of work to do
But there are a lot of real pieces of work that do exactly that.
If a kid was that entrepreneurial that they were doing it and making it like cha-ching all the time, that someone might get a little bit. Yeah. Probably another parent,
I've heard those stories, but I've also heard the stories of cops showing the kids how to get a permit, how to go about it the right way. So that's not exactly my
Is that going to be book number 3?
I don't know. I feel like I need to be more of have a legal concept of that. That's not really my space.
But that is cool, and I love how it says all the things that you just even have on the back. So it says make a business plan, open a savings account, spend wisely, achieve your. That's really cool.
Yeah. What I love about this is that this book is now the foundation of a program called the Danny Dollar Entrepreneur Fair. Think of exactly like a science fair, but instead of kids demonstrating on how a light bulb works or how a volcano erupts, they're showcasing their ideas for businesses. I started it in Western Massachusetts. 500 students participated last year. Over 2,000 students will participate this year. And I'm working on right now on bringing that to the Fresno Unified
Oh my God, we would love that.
Right?
We need that.
We need that. You hear that? Whoever you are, we need that here.
That is really cool. So it's kind of like Shark Tank for kids.
Yes,
like you get to
100%.
So you could win kind of like it's the science fair. You get to win the.
Well, with this program, there are no winners because we want to have kids think that all their ideas matter. And the moment that you say this one gets first, second, and third
You're not
place,
going to Shark Tank them.
And then all the other kids feel like that their ideas aren't relevant. And that's not the point of this. The point of this is for kids to spark their imagination and creativity, for them to think forward and think that they could start a business right now. And who's to say whether or not their business is a great idea or not? And the moment that you give an award to someone, then the other kids don't think that their idea is relevant. So in our program, every kid's a winner.
And I love to even, start getting business minded like that.
That's the exact point.
To start thinking about it.
100%.
And you're like, that is so cool. Because kids, the concept of money, well, we weren't reading the books on it, so we didn't have a concept of money.
Right. I mean, financial literacy isn't taught in schools and very often not taught in the home. You know, how many times have you heard the story of a parent saying, we don't talk about money at the dinner table, or, it's not my business how much you make. If we can't talk about financial literacy in our homes from our primary teachers, which are our parents, then where can we learn it? I figure like money, religion, and sex are 3 things that need to be taught in the home by the primary educator of the child, and that's the parent. So I feel like this book and my 2 books that teach financial literacy is a great tool to assist parents in teaching kids about the importance of money, because they're going to learn about money one way or another. They're going to learn it in the home, or they're going to learn it in the street. Where would you prefer for them to learn?
Oh, exactly.
You learn for them in the home.
For sure. Okay, so is this this is a sequel?
So this is a sequel to that. See, you got it. Yeah, so that's a sequel to that book. And what I love about this book is, as I was showcasing this book many years ago, a girl reached out to me and said, how come there are no girl superheroes? And so because of that, I decided to give this main character, the super duper kid, a sidekick. The sidekick's name is Muévate. Muévate is Spanish for move. So she has the power of telekinesis. And then all of the villains are triplet girls. So I made sure that there was a lot of girl power in this particular story.
But I see a girl on the cover of that one.
But she's not a superhero. She's kind of just like a friend. But so I wanted to give the girls
they've got the power. I love that. That is so smart.
Well, we know you women have the power anyway. Like, yeah.
Okay, so you are amazing. I am amazing.
Yeah, so that's just a book about self-esteem. It's just to really teach kids. I really believe that we don't really tell kids how beautiful and amazing they are. And so this book is a really unique book because it's a two-sided book. On one side of the book, the child can read to themselves, stating that I am amazing. But if you flip it around, it can be for younger children that you read to and tell them, you are amazing. So it's kind of two books in one.
I love that.
Yeah.
You must have got some good reception. And then how do you find all these models, all these kids to pose?
These kids are all from Western Massachusetts, and I had an amazing relationship with the Pittsfield, Massachusetts public school system. So we just recruited a couple hundred kids. They all came to my
Some
studio.
Of the kids that were part of like the Danny Dollar thing?
No, that was completely different. These ones were much younger, and that book came out before all that transpired into being.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That is so cool. They get to always be forever on the cover of a book. I'm sure they love that.
Yeah, it is. It was a lot of fun, photographing all of the kids. And this is the only book with live kids. All the other books are illustrated. But for all of the kids to feel kind of immortalized because they're on the cover or inside of a book was pretty awesome.
Oh my goodness. So what's in the works now? I'm sure there's a lot of things in the works. What can you tell us about that's in the works?
Well, I'm working on an actual sequel to my first book, Danny Dollar. It's titled $2 Bill, and it's the second book, so $2 Bill. And so I'm working on that now. Hope to have that out by next summer. But my major push is this Danny Dollar Entrepreneur Fair. I feel like everything I've done up to this point as an author and an entrepreneur has led me to this project. When I saw those 500 kids so proud of their ideas for a business, like I knew that this is something that I had to push forward. So my objective is to get the Danny Dollar Entrepreneur Fair in every single school across the country.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
It will be amazing.
Okay, so who's publishes your books now? Did you start self-publishing? Did you get
You're talking to the publisher. You're talking to the.
So you started self-publishing.
I started self-publishing by myself because I pitched my first Danny Dollar manuscript to 147 agents and publishers, and I was rejected 147 times.
Really?
So I had no choice because I believed in this project so much to publish it myself, and it took me a year to learn how to publish my own book. I named my publishing company Big Head Books. You can see why. And so 2 years after my son said, "Hey Dad, can we open up a lemonade stand?" No, my book was born. But yeah, it took me a good year to learn how to publish. But because of that, I've sold over 250,000 books.
And how did you do that all on your own and get it out, the message out there?
I'm from the Bronx, and you know what? There's one thing that kids from the Bronx know how to do, and that's hustle. So literally, I just knock on doors. But the main way that I've sold all of my books is not by having them in bookstores. I reach out to organizations that are like-minded. For example, my books are about financial literacy. So I contact banks, credit unions, investment centers, including organizations that focus on youth, like Boys and Girls Clubs, YMCA, United Ways. And through them alone, I've sold hundreds of thousands of books just working with those institutions.
Oh my goodness. And so what have you heard from like the kids? Has some kids who came up with some pretty cool business ideas that you're like, wow, I never thought of that? There
was one kid just a couple of years ago that sold T-shirts because he heard that there were a lot of kids who couldn't afford to go to summer camp. So he was a very, very fortunate kid who got the idea to run a T-shirt business. He made $1,500 in T-shirts and took that $1,500 and supported 10 kids to go through summer camp. And so that's one of the really, really cool stories because it not just teaches this kid to be business minded, but also to be philanthropic and to use his money as a way to serve and make the lives of other people better.
Wow, isn't it crazy how one idea just it's a domino effect?
I say that literally, that one single question from my son sparked all of this. And I really believe that the universe is talking to us and showcasing to us our gifts all the time. It's just important for us to listen. Les Brown once said, a motivational speaker said, the richest place in the world is the graveyard, because that's where dreams and aspirations go to die, because most people never discover their purpose. They never discover why they're here. But if you're really listening, I think the universe is telling us all the time why you're here. And Mark Twain said one of my favorite quotes. He said, the two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. And the day I became a children's book author, I knew why I was here. And that is one of the reasons why I believe I'm one of, if not the most successful children's book author in the world, because not only do I get to love what I do, it gets to help and inspire other people to be the best versions of themselves.
And how old is your son now?
So my son's 23 now.
What does he think about all this?
He is definitely blown away. He said immediately after he started to see some success, he's like, Dad, I demand 10% of everything you make.
Well, he learned from your book.
Yeah, he learned from my book. So I can't be mad at that. But I have 3 children, and they are all incredibly proud of this work. And I think it also shows them, I had jobs before that previously, like the job in sales. But once I had success and created my own company, especially having no experience in this field whatsoever, but using my own strengths and creativity to really make something of myself, I think it also empowered my children for them to be able to say, wow, if dad can kind of create this magic out of thin air, then maybe that's something that I can do with my life as well.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming on my show. Where do we go to purchase the books?
Okay, so you can get all of my books on my website, which is tyallenjackson.com. But you can also make your own money at every Barnes & Nobles across the country, and of course on Amazon.
And where do we follow you?
Well, forget that. I mean, I've got my primary place. Like, I'm huge on Instagram.
Okay.
But of course, I have a TikTok account, a Twitter account.
Everything's Ty Allen Jackson.
Everything's Ty Allen Jackson.
Ty Allen Jackson spelled like this.
Not like
that.
this.
All right. So pretty much, if we just look it up,
if you search Ty Allen Jackson, you'll find me on any and every platform.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me on your show.
I've waited 100 years, but I'd wait 1,000,000 more for you. Nothing prepared me for what the privilege of being yours would do. If I had only felt the warmth within your touch, if I had only seen how you smile when you blush, or how you curl your lip when you concentrate enough, I would've.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here too.
Okay, so you guys have some cool, I've never heard of this story. This is quite unique. TikTok sensations. Who wants to start? How'd you all meet?
Well, we met on TikTok. And I always tell the story because he likes to tell it a little differently. But
I can tell by that smile he has something up his sleeve.
Yeah, he says I came after him on TikTok. But really, I just, I was scrolling one day through TikTok, and he came across my For You page, and I liked it. I thought it was a cool, video. All his videos were just really high energy, and, he's a children's book author, so, I just found him very endearing. But I didn't look into it too much. I just liked it and kept going like you normally do on TikTok. And then I think at one point we followed each other, maybe. I don't know who followed who first, but, and then...
He does.
And then the next thing you know, I got a DM, because, TikTok has DMs, just like Instagram, Facebook, or anything else. And, in this day and age, as a woman, you get people sliding in your DMs, and most of the time, I wouldn't even answer them, but there was just something really different.
I just had this discussion today, too. That's funny.
There was something different about him, and so I responded, and we just really hit it off right away. So the rest is history, pretty much.
Well, the thing is that she lived here in Fresno, and I lived in Western Massachusetts at the time.
They're completely opposite.
Completely, almost couldn't be further away from each other and live in the same country. And so we communicated via TikTok and, social media for a month before I flew here to meet her for the first time. And it only took a day for us to realize that we were meant for each other. And then 7-8 months later, I packed up everything I own, drove cross country, and now I live here in Fresno with her.
Right. So, I think it's just a story that a lot of people, especially on TikTok, we have a following that's growing. We do lives. We get lots of people.
Well, you have one together now.
Questions. Yes, we
now
have
you're
our
more
own
famous
separate.
together.
We have our own separate that do okay, but the one that we have together is probably
so
done
apparently
way better.
everybody likes you guys together.
Yeah,
together.
We just hit 1 million likes on TikTok on our joint account. So people really resonate with this long distance love, and especially since we're both over 50. So there's kind of this component where we've found love, in an unconventional way on an unconventional place over 50 years old. And I think it's a great source of inspiration for a lot of people because they tell us so.
And then you have kids.
I do. I have 3 kids as well. I have an adult daughter and
Brady
2 teens.
bunch.
We have all together.
much.
So even though all 6 of our kids have not met in person,
Because they're still over there.
They're still in the West.
But they're
in the East
older.
Coast.
Your kids are older, and your kids are younger.
I have a 28-year-old, but then I have 2 teenagers that are at home as well. But yeah, so like I said, we met in person in March of last year, and then in October of last year he moved here.
So how long did you guys meet after you guys started corresponding?
1 month.
You guys liked each other that much?
We met online February 5th. I flew to meet her here March 4th. So technically less than a month.
Well, I like how you have the dates. Like
Yeah, we have to. But I think that's one of the important things that I get that question asked all the time is that he was so consistent. And you meet people, many people meet online, whether they're in the same town or they're long distance. But a lot of times where that drops off and doesn't work anymore is that there's a lack of consistency. And that's from both ends. But he was very consistent. Like he had told me from the very beginning, he saw me, we talked, we liked each other, we video chatted constantly. And he, as in his words, went after what he wanted. And so for me, that meant he was very consistent in staying connected with me, doing everything he said he was going to do, came here to see me, I flew to see him, and we did that back and forth for about 9 months. So I think that's what's really made it work.
Hard, that long distance.
It was. But he has always, or I don't know about always, but what it has told me, he wanted to move to the West Coast eventually anyway. So we went into this having that end goal of we will eventually be together, and that we kind of had a time frame, and so that's pretty much why we even went for it in the first place. I probably wouldn't have done that if it was, or we were so set in our own places and knew that we would never be able to be together. Personally, I probably couldn't do that very long, but yeah.
What did your kids think of all this when you told them that?
My kids were excited for me because they're actually not that fond of Massachusetts either. And so they were glad I'm getting out. But my 2 older ones are kind of set in their careers. And my youngest one is a junior at a college there, which has a full scholarship. So she wasn't going anywhere. But they're happy for me. And I think eventually the 2 younger ones will probably join me over here eventually. But they're very, very happy for me. And they think Nonnie is the sweetest. And ultimately, they're just happy that I'm happy.
I don't want to get personal, but you said something about buying a house. Is that so that you put it out there? Like, how do you guys?
We have not bought yet.
You're going to, so that's really cool.
We got a new place. So when he came here, my kids and I lived in an apartment. So when he was going to move here, we originally thought, he would get an apartment too, and then we just kind of decided, let's just get a place together. Let's just go for it. My kids were all for it. I sat down with mine, and we always have these little family chats. And for me, my kids always have a voice in everything that we do. And they had only met him, over online and maybe once. And but they're a little older. They're in high school. And when I told them he was coming, they were like, "Yeah, let's do it, Mom." I mean, they're happy for me. They love Ty now. He's kind of stepped into a role of like a father figure and a really good friend. And yeah, it's worked for us. So we're pretty grateful.
That is so sweet. Oh my goodness. So what's the future hold for you all?
Well, I think what's important is that both of us have established that, one, we're totally committed to each other, and ultimately we'll see where it goes. We get all the time, every day, when are you going to get married? When are you going to get married? When are you going to get married? Sure you was. But we've both agreed what matters more, because we're both divorced. We both are know people who are miserable in their marriages. So what matters more is that we honor, respect, and love one another, that we're committed to one another. Whether or not a piece of paper is in the future to decide, to quantify what legally we are is irrelevant to us. What really matters is that we're consistent in our love, we're dedicated in our love and in our growth together. And perhaps we get married or we just live happily ever after, but ultimately it's just about love for one another, and that is unbreakable.
I love that. And then whose idea was it, like, okay, we have our own TikToks, let's start a joint TikTok, and that could be fun? Like, how was that?
We did that pretty quickly.
We did pretty quick. I think it was originally my idea. We kind of threw it out there just because we started making TikToks together. And then, I'd put one on mine or he'd put one on his. And I said, well, let's just, maybe do a separate one, like that's just me and you. And that way we still have our own, because his TikTok still is a little bit businessy. He's got some of his business in there. Mine not so much business, but just for fun, because I like to do them, to be creative or funny or feel a little sexy or whatever I want to do. It's just so we started the joint one together, and it's taken off and it's done way better than our individual ones.
Oh, much better.
Yeah. So that one's a lot of fun too. We have a good time, and we're trying to just showcase our love in that. Hey, like, I'm 50. We met, a year and a half ago, and he's 56, and it's not too late. Like, nobody really expects that they're going to be a single mom at 45, 46. You don't anticipate that, but when it happens, I always just want women and men alike to know that that's not the end right there. Like, for me, that was the beginning. Like, it was just. It kind of opened me up to something that I never thought I would have. I kind of had given up. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm just, I'll live the rest of my life alone. I'll just date for fun and hang out and do my thing, finish raising my kids. And then this guy came sliding in my DMs, TikToking his way in there, and everything has kind of, worked for us. And I'm extremely grateful, but I also like to share that story with people, because we get a lot of people who ask us the questions on our TikTok lives and put in the comments. And, I think two of the words that are always in there is inspiration and hope. And so that's just the message we get across, is that it can happen. This is how.
That is so cool. And then when you guys were doing TikToks initially on your joint one, was it you guys were separately and bringing it together? Like, you were on the East Coast and she was on the West Coast? Or?
We did a couple of what they call duets. And those are obviously we had put them on our own personal. I think the very first TikTok that I did for our joint is probably the one that was one of the ones with the most views. It's got millions of views on it. But that one shows a little bit of our video chatting and kind of our back and forth. And it's just a quick little TikTok just showing, like, hey, this is our story. This is how it started, and I even have clips of our actual DM of us chatting back and forth. And so it's kind of a cool. If you go to our page and you especially look at the pinned videos on top, it kind of tells our story along the way. So.
And then did you guys go from like DMing to like the phone? Like, at what point was it like, okay, let's video chat?
We started chatting on TikTok, and as you know, you can't send pictures or do videos or anything like that. We then took it to, I believe, because I have an Android and he has an iPhone, so we couldn't FaceTime.
Oh my! I always get with people the opposite too. That's the scary.
That's the one thing we don't agree on.
Yeah,
but we made it work, and I said I have Facebook Messenger. We can video that way, and so that we did.
I always have to do, because nobody.
Right. Are you an Android too?
No.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. So
we made it work. But yes, we took it to other platforms, and obviously I checked out his Facebook, and I checked out his Instagram, and I checked out. You Googled him. And
you kind of have to. When you have someone coming from across the country.
I get it. That's always advice we give for people. Right. You got to really know who you're talking to, because a lot of times you don't. So
that's a good love story, because you'll be cautious. Everyone can still do it.
Exactly.
There's
a lot of do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
But so that's what we did. We took it to different platforms.
It's no different than online dating, really. I mean, it's not.
No, it's like like dating. I've never been on dating sites, but I mean,
I never have either. But it's like
to
you know what I
dating
mean. It's like
sites.
just as like being cautious and everything.
And should be. I mean, you should be cautious whether you meet someone in person or it's,
Right.
it's an unusual time. Then you should do your due diligence when you're meeting with someone and just make sure that they are who they say they are, whether in person or virtually. But she did her due diligence. I did mine too, and we just really, as Nonnie says, stayed consistent in our communication. Every day we would text, we would video chat, we would send
videos, voice chats,
voice talk, and just really establish a strong relationship. I flew back and forth here quite a bit, and just meet her family and really get to know her better. And it didn't take long for us to know that this was something special and that we wanted to take the plunge and be together.
And we're not spring chickens anymore, so we're not going to date forever. We have people who criticize this as well, which is fine. But as far as like moving along fast, and it's like it's just. I think to each its own. When you know, and also at our age, we kind of, we're all experienced at this age, and that
And you're successful. It's not like there's anyone carrying
right. Yeah, we know what we want, we know what we don't want, so let's just do this. So.
I love that. So what is the TikTok so everyone can follow it?
It's Ty and Nonnie. Basically, that's it. TYANDNONNIE. So that's us.
I love that. Everyone's going to follow you guys. And before we go, what is the deal with your shirt?
So, as mentioned before, I'm a children's book author, motivational speaker, and literacy advocate. And one of the programs that I have is a program titled FULL. It stands for Families United Through the Love of Literacy. And it's a program where I engage with inmates from jails and talk with them about why reading matters, videotape them reading one of my picture books, and send that video to their child so they can have their mom or dad reading them a story whenever they want, despite the fact that they're incarcerated. But that working in a correctional facility brought to my attention all the things that are directly connected to illiteracy, including mass incarceration, also teen pregnancy, drug use, poverty, unemployment. It's all directly connected to illiteracy, or in other words, read or else. And that's kind of where the mantra came from. Me and my business partner put this on a hoodie and t-shirts. And as we were selling them, we realized we wanted it to make an even greater statement. So for each purchase that's made, we send a book to a child in a homeless shelter or Title I school somewhere across the country.
I love that. Where can we buy them?
So you can get them on my website, which is also TyAllenJackson.com.
Love that. Thank you guys so much for coming on my show today.
Thank you. You're awesome.
Thank you for watching Everything Sparkle this year. For those of you that don't know, my day job is being a personal trainer. I mainly work out at GB3, all of them. So you tell me a GB3 near you and I will come to you. I have been training for almost a couple decades, as you will see in the upcoming video. And we also give out personal training gift cards, only $35 per session. What better way is there to get somebody in shape? You do have to be a GB3 member if you do want to train here at GB3. So tell me which one works for you and I will be there. Watch this clip.
Proudest to watch us for, Make a wish, make a super dash wish. You live above this life. Girl, wishes all the time. Big wishes don't break my night. Make a wish, make a super dash wish. You live above this life. Girl, wishes all the time. Don't break mine. Don't break mine. Don't break mine.
Sparkle can be part of the whole seminar tomorrow. Tomorrow it's a little athletic club where people are going to come up. Now, Sparkle is going to ask, are you going to work with like some of the housewives and people come over? Who are the people you're going to be training tomorrow?
No, it's going to be the SWAT team, Navy SEALs.
You're going to be training them?
Yes.
And you're going to put them through rigors. Can they do the stuff as well as you can do it, you think?
We'll see.
Don't break You still break my wish. Won't you bring me back? I don't know.
So as you can see, I've been training for almost a couple decades. I know that ages me, but in the personal training sense, it's actually pretty cool that I've been doing it for that long. There are some trainers here that have just started and some trainers have been doing it for even longer, but I'm at that fresh period where you can know the old stuff, the new stuff, and I mix it all up. So come see me. It's a perfect time. Everyone's starting the 1st of January to get in shape. So get your friends involved. $35 a session. But if you or a friend want to do it, it's just $40, $20 each for each friend. And that makes it easy. I do have a lot of people I pair up in twos and train them that way because $20 is very affordable. So get with your friend, get a partner, come see me at the gym. You can DM me. You can also call me at 559-207-6756 and I'll be available to you. It's the first of the year. Let's get it going, starting off 2024 strong. See you then.
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh I must confess dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do, and there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends, knowing all this time